This is another replay in the random New Year's Flash tournament. It's between Corwin and FlyingZebra. It is in round 2. It's a best of 1, so we'll only see one game. The match is Epirus versus Epirus, because apparently they got the same factions, which can happen. The way the faction picks were done was that each player gave me the number of factions that they had, and then I used the random number generator to give them a number. I gave them the number, but that meant that if someone didn't have certain DLCs, or if indeed they had no DLCs, then their faction list would be different. So two people who got different numbers might still end up with the same builds, or the same armies, which was the case here. So we have Epirus versus Epirus. 3 Thessalians, 1 citizen, Hellenic Royal in the center, Tarentine Cavalry, a center consisting of mercenary Italian swords. These are your Hastati level sword units. Then we have the mercenary Samnite warriors. Mercenary Samnite warriors would be great if they had shield wall. Without shield wall, they are trash. They are utter shit. They will lose to units that cost 15% less than them in melee. They're like barbarian swords with a worse charge bonus. They are tribals with better melee attack, lower weapon damage, lower charge bonus. Their health is great, sure, but they just need shield wall. They need shield wall bad. It doesn't help to be tanky if you can't kill shit. So wow, this is quite the build. So we have a front line consisting of 5 hoplites, Illyrian levies in the back line, levy pikemen, mercenary Italian swords, royal peltasts, levy pikes, mercenary Italian swords, Thessalian cavalry. So infantry spam with slight. This army looks quite cool when it's marching like this, actually. Yep. So a bit of skirmishing early. It looks like the Tarentine cavalry got the better of that engagement. Mercenary Cretan archers, and mercenary Cretans. Infantry spam Epirus doesn't really have a response to long range skirmishing, other than, of course, rushing the hell out of this build. But rushing hoplites, not really sure that's going to work out too well for this Epirus army right here. It has a very squishy center that is vulnerable to charges by the Thessalians. Thessalians are going to wreck royal peltas. They're going to wreck Italian swords. But then again, the mercenary Cretans could be super annoying here. They're firing at hoplites, which is a mistake. They need to go for the squishy targets. In that case, that would be levy pikes. Hoplites are not a threat to this army at all. Hoplites are not going to do an impressive job, even against mercenary Italian swords. And they both have brought some Illyrian levies. Here we go. Italian swords into the hoplites. The Italian swords probably have the smallest charge bonus out of any sword infantry in the game. Charge bonus of 10. It is horrendously bad. I don't quite understand how the Creative Assembly sort of defends that. It should have been at least 15. They are decent enough units, but it's just 10 charge bonus. Are you serious? Levy pikemen dropping to Thoreos fire and to mercenary Italian fire. Nicely done here, and just keeping these guys around to fire. In the center, you can see how poorly the hoplites are doing against the mercenary Samnites. Hoplites against mercenary Italian swords. They're about evenly matched here, which is not a good trade for the Hoplites. Some flanking going on. The Illyrian levies are not going to be like getting rear charged by Thessalian cavalry. Levy pikes are trying their best to participate in the battle, but being pikemen, they are bugged to hell and back. Thessalians against citizen cavalry. Citizen cavalry should be able to turn that around when the Thessalians have lost their charge bonus, but it looks like the citizen cavalry actually took so much casualties that they're not going to be able to do it. Here you have the danger of a Hoplite corps. 2 Hoplites dying to mercenary Samnite warriors, losing decisively. GG for the Hoplites. I can't see a single instance in this game where a Hoplite corps is going to work against a faction that has semi-decent melee infantry. Like, even look at the mercenary Italian swords. The mercenary Italian swords are killing a lot of Hoplites. The Hoplites killed 60 mercenary Italian swords, and the Hoplites are more than 50% more expensive than the mercenary Italian swords, so that is not a great trade for the Hoplites. Illyrian levies managing to get into the back lines of Epirus, but there are Agrianian axemen there to greet them, throwing a lot of javelins to the Cretan archers, only killing 2. This battle is just a whole lot of Epirus going at each other. Epirote civil war, I guess. Royal Peltas should do well against the mercenary Samnites. This unit of Thessalians poised to wreck the skirmish line of Epirus. A rare charge here against the Cretans could be nice. But for some reason they are stopping. Doing a bit of herding here with the skirmishers. And it's not bad using Illyrian levies to take all of this skirmish fire. Here we have Tarentine on Tarentine action. This unit of Tarentines was attacked in the rear. It was probably chased to the red line, so that unit of Tarentines is not going to do well at all. This is super chaotic, and it looks like Orange Epirus is winning this flank. It looks like, well, Yellow Epirus is doing okay here. Done a lot of damage to the Royal Peltas actually, and when this rear charge hits, the Illyrian levies and the Royal Peltas are going to, yeah, they are attacked in the rear, so that's not good for them. And these guys, instead of, they're firing at the, well, it's a good idea to fire at the Thessalians actually, but they could just turn around here and heavy shot into the backs of these Royal Peltas. That would probably be a good idea. It looks like formation attack is on, so they're not really being effective in killing their adversaries here. And it could be huge if Yellow Epirus or if Orange Epirus's general dies here. So yes, this is the time to change to heavy shot. Yellow Epirus does change to heavy shot, and nope, Hoplites incoming. So these Hoplites need to be taken care of some way. For example, by this Hellenic Royal Cavalry. Good idea. Tarentines are still trying to fight each other. Looks like Orange Tarentine is losing. But the mercenary Samnite warriors are attacked in the rear now, and these are Agrianian axemen, so they are actually going to be able to destroy the mercenary Samnite warriors. So saving the Orange Epirus, Epirote general there, very important point in the battle. There's just these magnificent bastards chasing away all of the skirmishers, and that made the general here survive, or yep, and the Samnites are going to lose. The Agrianians pulled back. They're going to fire their javelins into the backs of the mercenary Samnites. The mercenary Samnites are gone. I have no idea how much ammo there is left on the field for Yellow Epirus, but I guess it can't be a whole lot. Royal Peltas attacked in the rear. They do not like that much, But the Hellenic Royal Cavalry needs to be careful, because the Hellenic Royal Cavalry might just die here. But not before the enemy general routes, and that was important. Very important. The mercenary Italian swords, even though they are disciplined, yes, they're going to care that the general died. No, they're not immune to the effects of the general dying. They just don't get the minus 30 penalty, they get minus 15 instead. So don't come here and be like, well, it doesn't matter that the general dies because all the troops are disciplined. Yes, it matters. Shut the hell up. So now it looks like the skirmishers of Yellow Epirus are going to have to do some seriously MLG kiting. But they can do it because there is ample cavalry support here. And the cavalry, although the mercenary Samnites, whoa, 255 kills. Does anyone remember me saying something about Samnites sucking? Well, when they're up against Agrionians, Illyrian levies, and sandwiching Royal Peltasts, sure, they can do okay. It looks like the mercenary Cretan archers are going to kill their own general here. The general is still alive though, barely. But he needs to nope the general routed off the field. So the general is dead. Nice work, Cretan archers, killing off your own general. And it could be doable for Orange Epirus at this point. It just depends on how much ammunition there is left for Yellow Epirus. If Yellow Epirus has enough ammunition, no chance. But, oh, these are just standard archers, okay. Agrionian Axemen with their javelins, doing nice damage to the Italian swords. 10 charge. Like, what the... Agrionians have... Let's see, Agrionians have... Illyrian levies have 14 charge. Agrionian axemen have 27 charge. Well, alright then. So the Agrionians could be potentially very useful at this point in the battle. The Cretans, I don't know if they are out of ammunition or not. But just running units till exhaustion now could be very dangerous. So these Illyrian levies might just rout because of that. Mercenary Italian swords, because of their terrible charge and because of the good charge of the Agranians, they're going to be able to defeat these mercenary Italian swords. Turn around the Agranians and meet the Illyrian levies right now, please. Cretan archers attacking the Illyrian levies in the rear. This is this is very interesting. So if Yellow Epirus can just take out enough of Orange Epirus, then the army is just going to rout due to being outnumbered. And still ammunition left for the archers. Amazing. Doing a lot of damage to the Royal Peltasts. These Agrionians, I don't see them defeating the Cretans. They are too depleted, taking too much damage. Italian swords chasing after the Cretans and the archers. The very depleted Royal Peltasts chasing after the Agrionians. The Agrionians are they charging into the Agrionians? Yeah, they should charge into the Agrionians at this point. Doing more damage to the Agrionians and killing them straight up. Very nice kills there on the Agrionians. Very nice attacking the Royal Peltasts, and that's what happens when you only have infantry left against skirmishers that have ammunition left. And this is the value of dual purpose skirmishers. They can just turn around and duke it out and deplete enemy units. So I don't think I've ever seen a trio of Samnite warriors do as well as they did in this battle. I don't think I've ever seen Illyrian levies do this well. I don't think I've ever seen Italian swords do this well. So this was a super weird battle for many reasons. Corwin of Amber won. I think what cost Orange Epirus or FlyingZebra the battle was going super light on the cavalry and bringing these hoplites, because his melee infantry actually did super well. The levy pikes didn't do much. If he just had a bit more cavalry, I think this battle would have been his. judging by what was left on the field. He couldn't deal with the skirmishers, and he paid the price for it. And the hoplites, not really cost effective at all. So, thanks for participating in the tournament. Thanks for playing. I had a lot of fun watching that battle. What are the chances of Epirus versus Epirus when the factions are randomly generated and you have a different number of factions? Crazy stuff. Strength and honor.